Ooh. I know.
Click out of the OBS. All right, perfect.
So
we're
we're live. We are live.
All right. Welcome to the Tag Grid Podcast. Today we have
I love that.
Tag Grid.
No, don't end it.
Tag.
No, do not stop
Don't
it.
end it.
Tag.
What a way to
Tag.
start. All right, we're
Tag.
starting off with
we got Owen Lynch from the Year Prep Show.
Thank you.
Today we got the draft special. We're just going over the draft. The NFL draft happened last night. We're just gonna run through the first round real quick. And to start off, Trayvon Walker goes first overall. I think that was simply just because of his combine. We really didn't see him looking like a very high draft prospect. I mean, obviously everyone on that Georgia defense, got drafted high.
Yeah, they're all good.
Well, except one of them, who's probably going to be going the first top 5 of the second round.
Yeah.
It could be Dean.
Mm-hmm. And you still haven't seen some of their players picked, too. They've got corners, and they had a safety taken, I think, with the last pick. But all in all, kind of a combine pick, and then you see Aiden Hutchinson go to go number 2 at Lions. How do you guys feel about that?
I think it's a good pick.
Yeah.
I think it's what they need. That's what they need.
I thought the Jaguars were gonna take him, honestly.
They don't need him, though.
As a Lions fan, I'm glad they didn't. And as a Lions fan, I'm excited to see our franchise waste another player's potential,
You guys got.
as we usually do. So that should be fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
One thing I didn't realize until yesterday, Aiden Hutchinson is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 6'7", 270, 280. He's
Yeah.
humongous.
yeah. I mean, who do we think Tampa's on the clock, but they haven't started. The draft hasn't started yet, so they're the next.
They have the first pick of the second
Yeah,
round.
they have first pick of second round. Who do you think they're gonna take?
I honestly think so. If you run over here, I think when you're looking at what you have available, there's a lot of, good receivers left. There's a lot of good defensive players left. But if you're looking at the top of the available players left, you're looking at a lot of linebackers, a lot of corners,
We're looking at a lot of defense.
a lot of defense.
Yeah.
And I think
They're not gonna take a defensive player.
you don't think they're taking a defensive player?
I think they're gonna take the IC running back.
I mean, they brought back Fournette. They brought back Chris Godwin. Mike Evans is already there.
They need a running back.
Who would they
though.
take on defense, like
They
position
don't
wise?
need anybody.
Yeah.
They were
They go
third.
for
They were
edge.
They were 13-4. Like they had the best defense in the NFL 2 years ago.
Yeah.
In that Super Bowl against the Chiefs, they showed that.
Do
have
they
one of the
still
top
have?
defenses.
Is Levante David coming back?
Yes.
Levante David
He
is
is.
coming back.
That whole defense is not leaving.
Really?
It's staying.
There's
That's
Yeah,
why. That's
I
why.
don't-
Like ESPN's saying that the best fit for them. Well, the best available is Nakobe Dean, inside linebacker from Georgia.
Mhm.
But the best fit for them is the IC running back.
I could see how that goes. And going back into kind of the top 5, when you're looking at, the kind of out there picks in the top 5, Derek Stingley surprised me.
I expected.
didn't.
Yeah.
I expected him to go top 5.
I did not. Maybe top 5. I didn't think he was going as high
I
as
didn't
3.
go 3. No.
Like to see the first tackle drop all the way to 6 was surprising to me. And the Giants were able to get Thibodeau and Evan Neal. Like those were the projected top 2 picks. Like a couple.
They
months
got
ago.
they got best case scenario.
That's what the Giants need.
The Giants really did. So did the Jets. Jets got arguably the number 1 corner, in my opinion, the number 1 receiver, and a top 3 edge.
I think Thibodeau's gonna do very well.
Jets.
I think Thibodeau's a very, very, very good player.
It's 50-50.
I
don't
think
know.
he's just a human highlight reel. Like he has film to back up his skill, his talent. I think it's just off the field and like overall maturity things that are gonna push you in the draft. But I don't think that's gonna affect his career. I think he's gonna be phenomenal.
I think he'll be good, but like
I'm
I
a
don't think
Cowboys
he's.
fan.
I don't think he's superstar good.
Yeah.
I think he has the highest ceiling out of those first 3 edges.
No, I think Hutch does.
I'd agree with Jackson.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Hutch does. I mean, he almost won the Heisman, and he was what? He's a D what? DN, and he almost won the Heisman. What? He was top 3 in voting. Like, when's the last time a DN won the Heisman Trophy?
Kayvon Thibodeau won it 2 years ago. No, I'm
But I mean, I think he has the highest ceiling.
Yeah.
I don't know how the Lions are gonna do. That's the thing with the Lions. Like
Lions will probably win 2 games.
Stafford,
If
first
we're lucky.
season not being a Lion,
Goes to the Super Bowl.
wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah, wins the Super
Shows
Bowl.
how good of a
Here's the thing,
quarterback
though.
he is.
If you're the Lions, are you taking a quarterback as early as the second round? Because there's still a lot of good guys left. You got
No.
Malik Willis, yeah.
I think Goff's okay for them.
They need more players.
I think
besides the
I think they
quarterback.
could take like a Matt Corral.
Yeah,
That'd be
but
fine.
what's the earliest you're taking a quarterback if you're the Lions?
What picks do they have?
They have a second and they have a third.
Okay, let's see.
They have 1 second, 1 third. So are you waiting until the third to take a quarterback, but you're looking more at like Desmond Ridder, or are you gonna take like a Matt Corral, but you can take it in the second round?
Okay, when is Corral gonna be? So Corral is projected to be the 16th pick in the second round. That would land him. I think the stars align too much for the Lions not to take him. Lions have the 15th pick in the second round. That would maybe, according to the draft cast, would land them Trey McBride, who's a tight end from Colorado State. But I think that they have they got Kenneth Walker, Desmond Ridder, and Sam Howell, and Matt Corral, who all could be very well in the last 4. They could pick between those 4 guys. In the
So
second
Malik
round.
Willis still hasn't been picked either. I'm excited to
They're
see
not.
where he
They
goes.
won't. He won't be on the board that long.
Mm-hmm.
I think- I think-
I don't know if Malik Willis is the first quarterback taken off the board in the second round.
I wouldn't say so.
Who do you think will be?
I think it's gonna be Sam Howell.
I'd say Matt Corral.
I can see Matt Corral too. I don't think it's gonna be Malik Willis.
No.
I mean, a lot of teams really like him, but he's a very, very like experimental player. You're looking at a lot of upside, but also, like possible downside.
I think Corral. The thing that hurt him the most was getting hurt in that bowl game against Baylor.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't get hurt, and they could have won that game if he was not hurt. Oh my God, my voice. If he did not get hurt in that bowl game, I think they had a real chance to win that.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you look at it, Desmond Ridder, I mean, don't get me wrong, Cincinnati was a top 4 team, and it took them a lot to get in. But he also look what happened when they played Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
They
another
got stomped.
another surprise in the first round. For top 10, Drake London. I was surprised to see him be the first receiver taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's not the type of receiver I would want to draft. Because one thing that one of the analysts said during the draft that I was paying attention to, they said if you're the king of contested catches in college, that means you're not running good enough routes to get open.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously he has great hands. He has a great catch radius, but if he can't get open against college corners, I don't know what he's going to do in the NFL.
He has really good size for the NFL.
He does have a really good. He has a really good frame in
6'4",
general.
220.
And obviously, I mean, he ran a good 40.
I think he has a very high ceiling.
I think he has a high ceiling.
It's just
but-
coaching stuff, I think.
Yeah,
I
I think he's just not quite as refined as say a Garrett Wilson or a Jameson Williams or a Chris Olave.
I think those 3 have the highest ceiling from the receiver class.
Olave, I feel like Olave doesn't.
But he's got so much experience compared to the other 2.
Olave would have been a first round pick.
He's just
last year.
small. Like
He's small.
Also has
but
elite speed though.
he has elite speed, and he doesn't play a big receiver role. He plays in the
No.
slot. So-
Okay, and that Ohio State team was cracked though.
Yeah,
They were so good.
Yeah,
Like
it really was.
how can you have they had 2 guys last year again who played valuable time that were both in the top 15 picks
Mm-hmm.
receiver wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, they won the Rose Bowl. They probably could have probably done well in the final. I don't want to say Final Four, but in the playoff if they didn't get beat by Michigan and Aiden Hutchinson single-handedly. But I think Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave are kind of getting slept on. Obviously, I agree that Jameson Williams is probably the best.
Oh, I
of those
think
3.
Garrett Wilson's the best receiver in the draft.
I thought you said
Besides-
Jameson Williams was.
no.
I think
did say
Garrett
that.
Wilson
He
like
did.
is the best current player. I think Jameson Williams will be the best receiver in the draft.
Mhm.
Like day one, Garrett Wilson's the best player. I think Jameson Williams is gonna be better by let's say the start of next season.
I think they're all good.
Yeah.
I think they're all
Most
all
definitely.
going to be superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
It's just a matter of time before they get to their superstar.
The only dude that I just don't know about is Traylon Burks.
Who picked him? Oh,
He got picked by the Titans.
Titans.
And I like the match. because he's kind of often compared to like A.J. Brown, Debo,
That's who
those
they
kind of
compare
bigger
him to.
receivers, right? He's a freak athlete, huge dude. Did have a great combine, but I mean, I still like him as a player. I don't know what more you can do with Ryan Tannehill as your quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
They also do have one of the best running backs in the league.
Right? So I don't know how much production he's going to get or how many looks he's going to get.
They needed a miracle because they needed a speed guy. If they were to keep A.J. Brown and magically Olave, Wilson, or G. Williams fall to 19, or 18, which wouldn't happen in any universe. That's the best case scenario for them. But I think that they kind of took the best what they need. Like they needed somebody. And I think they got the best one they could have gotten in that situation.
Yeah, I think he was the best receiver available.
Yeah.
And I think you have to go receiver if you're Titans there. You just trade away your number one. You've already lost Julio. I think it was a smart pick. I don't know if I like the match or the fit.
I think Pickett, back to the quarterback conversation, I think Pickett's going to be very, very good in Pittsburgh compared to if he was in...
That's a good environment.
Yeah. And
compared to if he was in New Orleans.
And he wants to play for the Steelers, too.
Yeah, he gets to stay in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know about learning under Mitch Trubisky. But I will say that will be an exciting kind of quarterback battle to watch during the preseason.
I think Pickett wins
will
it.
win.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, he was the most NFL-ready quarterback out of all of these guys.
Yeah.
I would say so, yeah. He's also got the scrambling ability, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the fake slide.
The fake slide.
Which you can't do in the NFL.
I was surprised to see the Eagles trade up for Jordan Davis. Jump the Ravens for him.
Yeah, who do the Ravens get?
Because they already have Fletcher Cox. They already have... The Ravens got they got the safety.
Kyle
Hamilton.
Oh, yeah. I thought Hamilton was going to go sooner.
He was the number one... He was one of the best prospects in the draft.
That's a great pick.
He's like...
They need it, too.
He's probably one of the best safeties to come out of the draft in a while. And they just signed Marcus Williams from the Saints, too. So they're going to have a demonic safety duo down there in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I think it'll take a couple games for him. He's going to start, and I think that... It'll take some time, maybe 3, 4, or 5 weeks, for him to actually get ready and prepped for an NFL game, during the weeks. 'Cause it's so different from college, because your reads are different and your keys are a lot different because these guys are a lot smarter.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, he had 2 picks against Alabama when they got stomped in that game, but he had 2 picks, against Mac Jones, who's now the starter in New England.
Right.
But I think he'll be really, really good. I think a lot of these guys are gonna be underrated. Who's one that I'd pick? Not the Iowa center, that's for sure. One
thing I was kind of surprised to see was Green Bay go with back-to-back defensive players. You lose Devontae Adams.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's their number one receiver, like Alan Lazard or Randall Cobb?
Probably Lazard,
And you have
their defense is so bad.
You have it was pretty good last year though, because they have Devondre Campbell who played really well last year. They have Jair Alexander, Kenny Clark's playing really well.
Jair got hurt though, didn't
he? He did get hurt for most of the season.
They also did take 2. The whole Georgia team is nuts.
Yeah.
They took.
No, if
they got
look
what?
at
1,
it,
2.
You have 1, 2.
There's 5 in the first round.
Thank you, Miles.
You're welcome.
3, 4. Yeah, 5, 6.
Right.
No, 5. 5.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm right.
They could land receivers.
Yeah, you still got Christian Watson.
Yeah.
You still
You
got
got
George
Tom
Pickens
left.
on the board.
Sky Moore's on the board too.
I don't like that though. They need a big body receiver.
John Mechie's on the board too.
Mechie,
whatever his name is.
John Mechie the third.
Yeah, he's still on the board. They could land him.
Yeah.
Who is kind of a sleeper? I mean, a lot of these quarterbacks left are still Kenneth Walker.
I don't think people understand how under the radar this Lions sliding in to grab Jameson Williams is.
Yeah.
Because I think they didn't give
Yeah,
up.
well,
They
look
didn't
who's
give up a
throwing to
whole
him.
bunch. They didn't give a
Jared
whole
Goff.
bunch.
They got picked to golf.
And they were able to get
That's the problem.
the best edge rusher and, in my opinion, probably the best receiver.
One of the best, yes.
It's just
Because I
It's
think
hard-
Jameson Williams.
it's hard for me to say this, but I just feel like the Lions are not a place where wide receivers go to thrive. Yeah.
I think they'll trade him.
Yeah, but you have a lot of players who are looking like they have good upside right now. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who finished off the season pretty well.
Right.
DeAndre Swift. Even like
He
Josh
always
Reynolds.
gets hurt though.
Josh Reynolds
Every year.
had a good season.
DeAndre also is in like,
Yeah.
oh, he's the best running back in the league, and then he'll get a concussion.
DeAndre Swift.
Right. Well, because
Yes.
we have no other options because
Yeah,
Goff
like he's.
throws
I
it
don't
to the
want to
other
say he's
team.
injury prone, but he is.
They
Every year, I'd never pick him in fantasy because I know he'll get out.
Right.
He'll be out for 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it's just because they expect too much out of him every single year.
Yeah.
They just give him the ball way
Don't
too
get me
much.
wrong, he plays
But
great.
I
He does.
genuinely
He
think
definitely-
Jameson has the potential to be like that Jamar Chase that you plug in, and immediately they're just dusting corners. Because he has unbelievable speed. His shiftiness is crazy.
And he's just the king of the contested catch.
Yeah, and he played at Alabama. Like he's ready for this too.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jamar. I was like, oh yeah, Jamar, elite speed, elite route running. We've seen him. He's the king of the contested catch
Yeah.
right now, at least. But I think that's a fair comparison. But I think I'm looking at Breece Hall's resume as a running back at Iowa State, and his obviously NFL comparisons Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
feel that.
I like Kenneth
Agree,
Walker more as a running back, to be honest.
I mean, I think they have a good decision between Kenneth and Breece, and I think both of them are gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, he'd be the first running back taken.
Yeah, I think Kenneth gets taken before him though, to be
No,
honest.
Breece is going.
Who's after Tampa?
After Tampa.
Minnesota,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
and they're probably
Who would Minnesota take?
Kobe Dean.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Oh, and Lewis Klein.
Yeah, I think
Minnesota did have a first round pick.
he did.
They did.
They had the last pick of the second round, the first round, didn't they?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
Minnesota
You're right.
safety from
Lucina
Georgia.
safety.
Lewis.
See, I went to bed after the Daxton Hill, so I didn't even see the last pick.
Yeah, one of the needs in Minnesota is an inside linebacker, and if Nick Kobe's still on the board.
See, when the Cowboys took Tyler Smith, I just kind of stopped paying attention.
You laughed.
Dude, I haven't heard of this dude before.
Hey, sometimes the best linemen come from.
the second, third, fourth round.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
No,
Most
but I
random.
will say the Cowboys have a
Most random
history
places.
of picking like absolutely randos, like just random players at random times.
And they'll
then
become
them turning-
superstars,
yeah.
and then they'll trade
Like
them.
Travis Frederick ended up being like an amazing center.
This man's 6'5", 324.
Leighton Vander Esch.
That's
Some good size.
Are we not going to talk about how
What is he
the
attacking?
Bengals have not drafted a
O-line.
lineman?
But did you see what they did in the
Yeah, I mean they
offseason?
did. They got
What they did in the
got-
offseason was crazy.
I mean they have. Daxton Hill's like Eric Berry.
Right.
Oh,
like,
Daxton
he-
Hill is a beast.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be nuts.
No, him and Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
That's just not. I don't know.
Just
I,
not
I didn't.
fair.
I didn't see defense as their need.
Neither did
I mean,
but-
corners. They need some corners and some linebackers, but obviously, like they need tackles, guards.
Yeah.
I think it was a hey, we just made it to the Super Bowl. Let's pick the best player available because they fixed up their offensive line for the most part in the
Right.
offseason. I think it was just a best player available kind of thing.
I mean, they just need defense.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like the
Yeah.
Devin Lloyd fit.
I
Devin
do.
Lloyd to Jacksonville. They already have kind of a young, speedy kind of defense. And obviously they just cut Miles Jack, who signed with the Steelers. So I think that's a good replacement. He's good in pass coverage. He's good in run.
Oh my gosh.
He's all over the place. I like him. And then
it'll be interesting to see how all these guys pan out.
yeah, I
Where
think
do
the
we think
surprise
Debo's
of the
gonna
first
go?
round was just
Do we
what's
think?
up.
Do we think
Debo?
Debo's gonna get thrown into a draft trade?
Oh, that would be crazy.
I think if he gets
The
thrown into a
Niners?
trade,
I
we're
feel like it
looking
would have
at
already
the
happened.
Ravens. I think the
When
Ravens.
did the Niners get a pick though? Because they need a quarterback bad. Oh no, they got Trey Lance.
They got Jimmy G.
Yeah, Trey Lance. Yeah, they don't need one. What do they need? They kind of need defense and receiver help
They have the 29th pick.
in the second round.
Yeah.
I could see him getting thrown into a trade, getting in the top 10.
To who? Who's top
Who's
10?
in the top 10?
Yeah.
We're there.
You just go up to round 2.
Tennessee.
I heard the Jets want him too.
I think the Jets had a great draft, but
Oh, the Jets had a phenomenal.
You guys see
I don't know
Salah's
why Jermaine
reaction?
Johnson
Yeah.
dropped so much.
that was so funny.
I don't know why Jermaine Johnson dropped so much.
Sauce.
Yeah. You see his chain?
Yeah.
His chain is hard.
Who do you think had the best fit?
Oh, dude, I was looking at
Best
some-
fit in the first round?
I think
Yes.
NFL's Instagram posted like all the first round draft picks outfits.
Yeah. I didn't see Hutch's though.
Let's take a look.
Hutch's was pretty hard. Bro, did you see?
A lot of them had chains with their like names or nicknames on them. Those were cool.
Sauce. I love that.
No, you know who was looking tough?
Olave was dripped. What?
Olave was dripped.
Jordan
That's
Davis, I do
100%
not
true.
like that.
No,
Let me
look up
see.
Olave's. Look up Olave's.
That's not it.
That's not it.
Look up Olave's or Stingley.
Jameson's was tough.
Jameson's, yeah.
It was
Jameson's
all red
tough.
with red dunks.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson's was, it was.
It was whatever, but like
It was-
I feel
it was
like
low-key,
he
it was
wasn't
low-key.
trying. Like he wasn't trying.
Drake London's was tough. It was like maroon. It was
no,
like a
bro,
maroon.
you sleep on Olave.
Where's it at, man? Let's see.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson
The
wins.
two-toned Suko. That was hard.
Okay, who was your biggest surprise in the first round though? when it
Sauce
came to
was
picks?
iced out.
I know.
God. Minute.
Who's my sleeper in the first?
No,
who
you're
were you
most surprised.
surprised?
For me, I'd say Jahan Dotson. Going top 20. Commanders trade up to grab him.
I knew he was gonna go top 20.
I didn't think he was going that high. I think the Commanders were looking. I don't think they need a receiver. They already got Terry.
What? Who do they
I
trade away?
thought-
They traded away Curtis Samuel too.
Kyle Hamilton going at 14 surprised me. I thought.
Oh no, they got.
Yeah, I
They
think
got
that's a pretty
scary-
good. I
they
think that's
got
a pretty good
scary
scheme fit though. Like fit wise, I think that's a great fit.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good for the Ravens. I just thought he'd get picked up. Yeah, he'd get picked up soon.
Well, yeah, they got
Yeah.
Scary Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I don't care about.
I thought-
news articles.
Texans would take Gardner.
Yeah, I did not think the Texans were picking a corner at 3. That surprised me.
I guess Lewis Sign going. in the
Lewis
first
Cine?
round? Yeah, going in the first round.
Yeah.
I thought Hutchinson was number 1.
I thought he was too. I feel like he doesn't really fit like the landscape in Jacksonville though.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why.
Like Hutch is a
And the other
director
thing-
like a JJ Watt.
The other thing is
Yeah.
like Hutchinson is a lot more of a pass, like
Pass, yes.
a pass rusher than Trayvon Walker. Trayvon Walker's like a run stopper.
He's a run fit.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got Josh Allen. They wanted a run stopper on the inside. I think that's probably how they'll run it.
And
Yeah.
the Lions need pressure.
Yep.
You can't let a quarterback sit there back there for
100%.
5 seconds.
100%.
Throw. But they compared him to Jared Allen, and they said he's like a tone setter, plug and play, high level starter as a rookie.
Yeah.
I think they need to start him ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Kayvon Thibodeau obviously staying in the top 5. I didn't think he was going to stay in the top 5 because I didn't think the Giants needed him. Apparently they did. He'll be great in New York. The fact that Olave Jameson did not go in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting how the Seahawks did not go for a receiver when they had all 3 of those receivers.
I thought
in there.
I think they have Lockett. They have
And DK.
They have DK. They drafted a receiver in the top pick of the second round last year.
Yeah, I can understand why they didn't.
Who's Seattle's quarterback?
I thought walking into it
Drew Lock.
immediately, I thought it was one of 2 things. It was offensive tackle or it was quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up going offensive tackle, and I think that was the right pick.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Because
who actually
you're
is
in
gonna be
you're
their-
in rebuild mode.
They don't even know who
Yeah.
the quarterback's going
So-
to be yet.
Right, you can't
Well, and
trust Wilson to just.
the reason
Exactly.
why
Run out
Russ
of the
left
pocket.
is because Pete Carroll wanted to run the ball. He doesn't want to throw it anymore. He wants to run it.
Yeah.
And because they have Chris Carson, even though he gets hurt every year, and then they
And
have
Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
Get him like that
Mhm.
boy. That's
Yeah.
my fantasy king right there.
But they were like, yeah, and Russ was like, all right, I'm not staying anymore.
Yeah.
So he came to Denver.
It was a smart
who's
move,
the Denver
honestly.
running back? He's so good.
Oh,
Not-
Javonte Williams.
Yes.
He's stupid good. Yeah.
Josh Jacobs is
I
better.
might have to. I think I'm gonna pick him up this year in
Yeah.
fantasy.
Nah.
Well, obviously,
And James
first round went well. Second round goes on later today.
What time does it start?
I'm
later.
not positive.
Around 6
I
probably.
think it's probably
it?
earlier. Probably around like 4, something like that. That sounds about right.
Probably 5.
But obviously, first round went well. A little surprising, but I mean, hey, it's the NFL draft. That's kind of part of the game.
Yep.
And it sounds like that's just about it for today. So
Come on. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it.
all right, well, see you later.
And tag you're it.
All right, press stop streaming on the